What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. Today, we are breaking down a story that has everyone talking, and honestly, it's one of the most intense updates we've had to share in a long time. It's all about what's happening in Kwara State, and trust me, you will want to hear how the people there showed incredible strength in a very scary situation. Before we dive into the heart of this gist, please take a quick second to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep bringing you these important updates. So, here's the scoop. Defense Headquarters has officially confirmed a very serious situation in the Kaiama area of Kwara State. It turns out that a group of terrorists, some reports are linking them to a group called Lakurawa, invaded the Woro and Nuku communities. Now, this wasn't just a random attack. The reason behind it is what has everyone stunned. These attackers had actually been living nearby and trying to force their weird and extreme beliefs on the local villagers. They were basically trying to brainwash the residents, telling them to follow their own violent rules and turn their backs on the government. But here is where the story gets really deep. The people of these communities said no thank you. They stood their ground and told these extremists that they were happy with their peaceful way of life and their moderate practice of faith. They essentially rejected the indoctrination and the radical preaching. Sadly, because the residents refused to follow them, the terrorists launched a massive and heartbreaking attack as a form of revenge. We're talking about over 160 people who lost their lives just for standing up for what they believe in. It's a very heavy story, but it shows the amazing bravery of regular people who refuse to be bullied by fear. Now, don't go anywhere because the government's response is also part of this big update. President Tinubu has expressed total outrage over what he called a beastly and cowardly act, and he has ordered a whole army battalion to move into Kaiama immediately. They are calling this new mission Operation Savannah Shield. The goal is to set up a permanent military base there so that these bad actors have nowhere to hide in the forests anymore. It's a major move to make sure the border areas between Kwara, Niger, and Kebbi states are finally safe for everyone. It's really important that we keep talking about these things because awareness helps keep everyone alert. The community members in Woro are being hailed as heroes for their loyalty to peace, even though the cost was so high. It's a reminder that unity is our greatest strength against those who want to cause division. If you are just joining us, please remember to like the video and subscribe so you can stay updated on how Operation Savannah Shield is progressing. We'll be following this story closely to see how the new military command changes things on the ground. There is still so much more to this story, especially regarding how these groups are moving across our borders and what security experts are saying we should do next to stay safe. I have some more details about the specific groups involved and the warning letters that were reportedly sent before the attack happened. Before we continue, if you are finding this gist helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to stay in the loop with all our latest updates. So, you might be wondering, how did these people actually manage to sneak into the community in the first place? Well, the gist gets even more interesting here. Reports are coming out that these groups, specifically linked to the Lakurawa group, didn't just show up with guns blazing on day one, they actually tried a very sneaky, slow burn approach. For months, they were sending warning letters to the villagers. Imagine that, getting a letter telling you that you have to change your entire way of life. They weren't just preaching, they were trying to set up their own version of taxation called zakat, and they even tried to tell people how to cut their hair and what kind of music they could listen to. But the people of Woro and Nuku are built different. They stood their ground for over 5 months, ignoring the threats and sticking to their peaceful traditions. It's that kind of community spirit that we really need to celebrate, even in the middle of such a sad situation. But here's the wow factor. Security experts are saying that these groups are using the dense forests around the border, places like the Kainiji National Park, as their hideout. Because the area is so remote, we're talking about an 8-hour drive from the state capital, Ilorin. These attackers thought they could operate without anyone noticing. However, the federal government's new plan, Operation Savannah Shield, is specifically designed to go deep into those forests. They are not just sending soldiers to the town square, they are sending a whole battalion to clear out the bushes and make sure there's nowhere left for these groups to hide. What's even more encouraging is that the government is now looking at setting up permanent forward operating bases. This means the military won't just visit and leave, they will be living there to protect the farmers and the local traders. It's all about taking back the land and making sure that indoctrination never has a chance to take root in our peaceful communities again. Before I wrap this up with the final part of the gist regarding what the international community is saying and how you can help stay safe, I have to ask, do you think moving the military permanently into these rural areas is the best way to stop the spread of these groups, or should we be focusing more on technology like drones to watch the borders? Let me know in the comments, and while you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep this community growing.